Okay, so we are about to begin our last session on service excellence, also known as customer service. And our speaker for this session is the only lady on the seminar today. She holds an EMBA in Human Resources Management from UGBS, and she's a managing partner at Express HR. She has considerable industry experience with expertise in conduct and compliance, client experience, business development, and relationship management, amongst others. She's a disciplined and purpose-driven lady. She's good in the communications field and interpersonal relationships with people at all levels. It is with great pleasure that I introduce to you Ms. Pamela Osei Ajekum.
Good afternoon. You know, you go somewhere and then they say something about you and you're wondering, hey, is this me? Well, this is me right now. It's good to be here this afternoon. I've had there's been some impartations this morning through to the afternoon. Like, we've learned a lot of things. The speaker before me actually did a lot of my work for me, so it's a good thing for me to be the last person to be speaking.
Okay. So now I know that a few of us are self-employed and then the majority of us work with some firms. Okay, so it's good to be here this morning. This afternoon, we're talking about customer service. So when we talk about customer service, what does it mean to you as an artisan? What does it mean to you as an artisan who is self-employed? And what does it mean to you as an artisan who works under someone? Usually someone would say that in their customer service, they're family. Is that the case? Me a carpenter, so they have the customer service in here. But we interact with people daily, and we need to ensure that we get to have the businesses that we require. We make the money, we make the most out of it so that we can live. And the gentleman that spoke in the morning talked about our personal finances. We have learned branding. Everything. How do you make the money to be able to even save some for your future? And you get to do this by your interaction with the people that you're going to work for. Because if you have a bad attitude, you have all the skills, you have a bad attitude, nobody will come to you. I must say that your expertise, well, a few of us may be just too technical, Ghana, but then most of us will be IAB. So what should differentiate you from the other person? Why should I come for you and not the other person? What are you giving me that the other person is not giving me? You need to give some value to whatever you are doing. And so that whoever you interact with today will be able to come back and can also refer other people to you. I know we've experienced services from other people. I mean, you're based and you can't do it, or you can't do electrical work. So if you happen to need an electrician in your house, you deal with some people. And I believe we all have an idea or an experience of our interaction with other artisans and how it went well or how it did not go well. Does someone have any experience to share? Maybe you happen to have been somewhere or you've interacted with an artisan and they go to all the bad. What service have you received that you think you would want to share? You know your space more than I do know your space. What do you think you see your other colleagues do that you think is good, can be replicated, or is not good and should be changed? Or what is the news? What have you been hearing about yourselves on the from people? It's amazing for the what have you heard? What is your experience? What's some of the feedback that people have been giving you? Before we go into whatever I have, let's hear from you. And I'm talking to be good. So you have something to say, it's like you're scratching your head.
There's one thing that we have
Dave,
in
are you studying to become one?
That's when maybe you need them to do something according to your how you want it, and maybe they are not getting it. You telling them to do it the way you want it, they become furious, and the way they talk to you becomes very hateful.
This is feedback for all of us. Okay, we are learning from each other. What we do that does not sit well with others. So it means that if it doesn't sit well with even your colleague artisan, then it would reflect same on whoever is employing your services. Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, so for 10, I think we need to correct some perception that sometimes, in our part of this, the world, which means in Ghana, some time back, artisans and technicians were not, in quotes, respected. They were not, it seemed like you don't have head. That is when you go into that. And then we unfortunately, we have people who those days, they're going BGHS, and now but now we have people. So it's like that perception, that old this thing is still in people's head. Meanwhile, now we have cabins like myself, okay, going into that. So it's something that we are changing gradually, and I believe it will get to a point where it will change. But in my field, about, let me use electric fencing for instance. So if you are using the square pipe or the square tube, some of my colleagues, there's a machine that you can actually bend it when there's coping on the wall. I know there are some terms you don't understand. But they instead of they taking it there for them, for it to be bent the right way, like the bent. When I came in, I saw one on the gate there. Like the bent, and to me it's a no-go for me. So I think if anyone is seated here and is doing that, it's not a good one.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Yes, sir.
We say also to me, I be back where I have a plan. Says, let me ask for who's having an car, and then we need to do so. Because here is from Okoye, I say, Master, this room, maybe I'm selling. I know I have it. Not the very Master, maybe I'll be back 2 percent and a year. I might just say the Panama, and I'll be boss be here will be paid. Then the Panama friend said, let me know before I draw for you. As missing out frame or say 2 percent okay, fine, or 2 percent. Or 2 percent a day because maybe I'll go there 2 percent to be or 2 percent. I need here a capacity percent 2 percent or to be away. Or 1.5 or a half bar. I need here or some a half bar. And or someone who's from me, I decide here or some a half bar. I decide here before this, and I 2 percent. Or say, or calculating on 4 days. And I say, well, see 2 percent now time. It is 2 percent 1 day before 4 days. Maybe 4 days, I say. The whole earlier point one here say, and my friends say, Charles, we miss now only 1 million. Say, agreement to play. And I say, I'm going to go and say, no, and sometimes I may say, when you say, you go to my say, and they say, who say, okay, and then I'm saying, you to me, from people, you get a record of what you did. Because all of that is a 2 percent to be able for this. It's when you are 70 million,
Okay, so I want to dwell on, please your name again. Moses' point. As artisans, there's a perception. We've come from somewhere. We are going somewhere. You do it, but you do, baby. Okay? And I think it is for that reason that we are gathered here today to learn. And we have learned personal branding. It is dependent on you. They say you are addressed by how you dress. Okay? So how you carry yourself is how people would address you. It's how people would speak to you. And it is how people would relate to you. And so you should know yourself, what you want, why you went into it, and how you want people to see you for that. And whatever you have, when you are working towards it, you have to carve a niche for yourself. You have to be unique in what you do, so that when people come to you or when people refer you, they know that they are getting the most out of you. So let not anybody look down on you because you are a mason. Do not allow anybody to look down on you because you're a tiler. I must tell you that if you people work on the field and you earn, I don't know how much, let's say you earn 100 cedis a day and you are working 5 days in a week. Let's do the math. Unye sikasi will be at your office. So why do you allow yourself to be downplayed? Is it because we receive the money every day and we do not know what to do with it? We spend it anyhow, and then we go back borrowing, and so people make it look like we don't know, we don't have enough, and so we are more desperate to be working for people, and they treat us anyhow. So it all depends on you. Let me not take the branding from my colleague. So let's go to customer service. Right. So in your dealings with people, you have to be able to address whatever need the person has. You have to be able to catch the person's eye. You have to be able to wow the person. That is what they say customer service is. And when we talk about customer service, we're going to, please let's look at the outline. Who's helping me? Okay, so you're going to look at what customer service is and what it is not. The myths about customer service, why it's important, and then we'll look at service excellence. And then we'll just reflect and we are out of here. So what is customer service? When we say customer service, as a mason, what does it mean to you? As a plumber, what does it mean to you? Please, I want to hear. Or if it doesn't mean anything to you too, let us know.
Then how you communicate with your clients?
Okay. Yes, please, any other view? Next slide, please. Since we don't have any other view. Okay, sir.
I think for customer service is not only about how you communicate with your clients. It should be a full picture. So it's not only about when the person calls you that you deal with. Customer service can also be an extra thing that you do for the person. Calling to check up on the person, calling to find out that, oh, do you have anything for me to do? Sometimes that keeps your number or your name at the top of the person's mind. So whenever they need something, they'll call you. So customer service shouldn't be looked at as only when you are doing a job for the person. It's a whole 360 thing that you have to concentrate on.
Thank you. Okay, very key, relationship. Okay, so this is what I have here. I don't have much. Every business defines customer service differently. We've talked about it. It's up to you to know what it means to you. A lot of views have come up. It's about how you relate with someone, what you make out of the person, because they are your key source of funding. Without them, you won't make what you need. I mean, you can go to the school, you can learn the skill. Who are you going to help, or who are you going to render the service to? If you do not have anybody, you don't have clients, you don't have a business. Okay, so this is textbook definition of what customer service is. It says it's the act of providing timely, empathetic help that keeps customers' needs at the forefront of every interaction. So it's basically putting yourself in the shoes of the other person. If you are an electrician and I have a need and I contact you, whatever you are doing for me, see it as you are doing for yourself, or how would you relate with me if it had happened, you happen to be on the other side. So it's our daily interaction with the people that contact us. And you can't say that you do not need it because you work with people. And you need to be, they call something emotional intelligence, okay? So you need to have that level of intelligence emotionally to be able to deal with other people. The person is approaching you in an angry manner. Do you replicate same? Do you also approach the person in an angry manner? Is that how you expect the person to remember you for? So whenever you are dealing with somebody, you are looking at your next business is going to come out from that person. So you always need to be remembered by some good thing you did. You need to create a lasting impression on whoever you are dealing with. Because if you had a bad impression on me, I don't think I would want to deal with you. Especially, okay, we don't have much ladies here, but I mean the ladies and then the seamstresses or fashion designers. If they give you a bad style, would you go back? How many times have you seen somebody in town? And then the person, it's an easy advert for whoever did it. Hairstyle, easy. As for the ladies, we do it a lot. I don't know about the gentlemen, but you see something on someone, you ask who did it, and you go, because we are all looking for somebody that will give me what I need. And you can always find it on another person. So with your kind of business, I don't need to walk to you, or you don't need or a shop floor or a showroom where I have to come. But someone can recommend you for a good job done, and that is how you make business. So in your interaction with people, know that whoever you are dealing with is a person that can give you your next $1 million. Okay. Can we continue? So when we talk about customer service, people have a lot of impressions, but this is what it is not. You do a job for somebody, like we were talking about specifications and all of that. I want it this way, you want it that way. And because the person is complaining, you've taken the person's complaint personal. Mami require you mama na bread do. Me nko hobio. Mami o che ne ho. Onim hwe. The person is trying to give you some feedback. They may not know how to get it done, but they know how they want it to be done for themselves. So if somebody is complaining and you take it personal, you are not rendering the service that the person needs. Separate the complaints from your job. It is feedback I'm giving you. Take the feedback. You can decide to work on it or not, but just take the feedback as it is. You don't fight back. Some people may be having a bad day. A plumber comes into the house. Of course, plumbers no movie. Most of them do not even clean the place for the people. So if you are spilling the water and you are leaving, I happen to have contracted somebody. Bathroom next time, so when we are giving you that feedback, please don't take it personal. It is something you have done. We are saying improve on it, okay? And when you go somewhere and then people say, oh, in Ghana, we are not too when it comes to people giving services. We just want to give you the lip service and then we go. 1 year, they permit my customers why they by my head, I won't call you again. Because we feel that we do not want to hurt people's feelings or something. It is now that we are moving away from that and then we are becoming very vocal. Until be there no being pair no account. But in times past, someone will say, oh, me da say me niya juwe jumano obwa. Upfi hoko beti me akofo before for amana beshe jumano. And then because you unkwana ye mason where you muho, unkwana ye plumber. I'm on the plumbers today because I have a lot of plumbing issues. And see, I'll be on you. So if you're a plumber, it's no personal attack. So unkwana ye plumber ye frewa. Now church on home now be team. Or you expect me to know what you do. If you are rendering your service, and so I don't know what you do. And to me, I do not expect that and all of that. And then sometimes too, this it could relate to you. Maybe you are talking to someone. Obi afro. Me ujina obi site. Juma nipa ni bi so asem obi so ma business bi na ujina phone so na oni nipa ni kasa you've ignored whoever is in front of you. Because when you're big meat to a baby, that also is not customer service. Above all, customer service is not a department in any company. It is not a department. So when we talk about customer service, you say customer service, you my banks ni MTN for no patcho. You nyina there. And your banks, I'm sorry. Right. He said professional patcho. And yeah for MTN for no customer service in your department. And he said, who need be business in Manchester on your customer service. What you do every day is customer service. And then usually we have some misconceptions about what customer service is. If they are not complaining, they must be happy. We've talked about it already. It is not that we are happy, but we won't tell you. Yeah, of course I am babium. They said it is only women that they go to sit in the salon. Will be anything when you want me in cash. Of course, me in cash, but me call me in babium. So somebody wouldn't want to argue with you. Obi osho odi mi na odi we mu ne obi sa wasem ba ko ne tian o tian no nti. Wan ye adwuma ni yon ka hwencho. Osho obi no ka se okofre plumber we o ka say hey papa we dey suba enye men frɛ no. And you have lost somebody there. And then you say that customers care more about the price than the service. That is not true. The cheaper you are, the more people will come. That is not true. Don't sell yourself short because of that. Because someone is willing to pay for quality. People out there now are willing to pay for quality. Obi say, madam ope there phone na papa no. Are you what are you giving to? Because over man there phone no ebe say no asa baby no asa jusika. Is that what you want to do for the person? Really? That's what some of them want. You can, so what you have to do is to explain to them. You see, you have to explain to them, Madam, of course, economy I had, it's me pay the phone. But then if you explain to them that, we are my amount, ebedi say, we so ebedi say, and to choose ye for yourself this day whom you serve. So let's not think about the price and give anything to whoever you are dealing with. So someone calls you for something, come and fix my tap for me. This is all I know. Come and fix my tap for me. You fix the tap. We ready particles. I came to fix the tap. Whatever is done is not my business. No, you don't end there. If you finish and you clean the place just as you met it, the next person I'm recommending you to, I'll say, oh guy, when nejuma you neat. Or you neoma fine, or we crowd baby or buy and just as he saw it. The fact that I asked you to fix a bulb or I asked you to fix something and you created a mess of a sort and then you leave it there, doesn't mean that you have made me okay. Give me something extra. Clean the place like how you met it. Sometimes you rub a crowd musa has a mirror has in me ferry, and so you want to keep it same way as you met it. But there are other places too that because you are on the also now the bejomo. But you do not do that. So always look at giving the person an exceptional tone, an exceptional effect, something that would make the person always come back. When we talk about service excellence, we look at it, it's about delighting the customer so much such that they would want to work with you again. So it is not about just doing what I asked for. Go extra. And then we also tend to focus on only the positive feedback. No. Negative is very required because it helps you grow. Feedback is essential, but you don't focus on only the good ones. Some of us, because we don't want to grow, we always listen to what is okay for us. And then the ones that we are pekasadodo, san or tear, no. Emirabo, menopause, no. Negative feedback is also good for you and for what you do. So why is customer service important? Because it's important for two main reasons. It is the main reason why people stay, and it's also the number one reason why people leave. Because I'm staying because you gave me that good feel, you gave me that good service, you gave me that listening ear, you gave me what you think was best for me. So it is that reason why I'll stay. But if I do not get what I want, I would not come back to you. So it is very important in our business daily. And if we are doing this, you are maintaining the relationship, then it means that it is more business for you. So now we are looking at service excellence. Customer service is just the face of it. I interact with you, the daily interaction we have with the people. But the excellence is going beyond the expectations of your clients, which you've also mentioned. You are providing excellent service and quality to the client. Quality is key in your line of business. Forget about the fact that if I do it well, the person would not need my service again. That is not true. If you do it well, it is the more reason why this person would recommend you to the next person. But if you say that it's not the best. Okay? It's important because it creates a good impact on clients. It ensures less negative feedback. It establishes a good reputation for your brand. We have learned branding. And whatever we are doing now is because of the money. And if you don't have any good reputation amongst the people that you work for, then you are in bad business already. Of course, reputation, everything that we are talking about comes back to money in your pocket. You may be wondering why you should be thinking about profitability if you work under a firm. It is not coming to you. Some way, somehow, it's going to come back to you, because if the business has more money, it means more money for your pocket. But if we come and nobody is calling us for jobs, we don't have jobs in the morning, yet it's your side, what I know, 8 to 5 worker. But that is not what you set out to do. So when you work with a firm, you do not say that customer service is for the office people. Operations for no office, no customers no. Whatever happens in the business, it affects everybody. So if the business development persons go for the deal, no, they are bad near small now misbehave or na say nipa no amfremu bioma. You have cost the whole business. You have to look at the bigger picture. So what are you doing for us to maintain that one client? Mind you, you didn't bring the client to. And you have to be paid at the end of the month anyway. And see, how are we going to pay you if you keep pushing the clients away? And it's even not ethical or professional. Say, and you want to call the business for yourself. That is also not customer service. You go there and then you go sell your company short. You are in the company for a reason. And you don't go speak for yourself along the line somewhere. As you are thinking about what you are doing to delight your customers, know that your employers are also customers. They are stakeholders in whatever you do. So are your colleagues. So customers is not just limited to whoever you are serving, but it's who you work with and who you work for. Please, is this sinking in? All right. How do we ensure service excellence? This one, I would say that I would want it to go for self-employed but for those of us that work in a firm as well, there's a culture. And if there's a culture, you have to ensure that you comply. Okay? But if you have a business and you are into masonry or you are into carpentry, you have to set objectives for yourself. Now, your setup should have some structures. You may think that because but like we did in the branding session, you should have some style be on your man. Yet me fa they will say, oh, Mr. Charles na yet me fa we will say, and your bonnet achia no yes, oh, they are Charles no, you shouldn't be known for that. So set clear business objectives, put structures in place, establish the right culture, know what you stand for, and get others along. So if you are the team lead and you know what the business is doing, get all others to go with you. you should be able to tell your team members that yenye say. And of course, you do that politely. You don't impose your decisions on them, but get the people along. Make them understand the need why this has to be done this way. I heard your concerns earlier about how you deal with the team lead and the supervisor. You have the technical expertise. You know how it is done. You just don't sit down and say that it is not my deal, so I'll just let it go. Or they brought it. CEO ejuma, business development ejuma, me dem koye dem meet me. No. We have clear objectives as a business. We know what we are working towards. We work to achieve that, because if the business is moving, you are also moving. If it is down, you may think that you are an artisan, you can get a job, but whoever you are going to see may know somebody whom you may have served. May know somebody whom you have served. And they can say that, okay, say, so you don't see it as because the business is not there, your skill is there, so you can use it. No. And you set standards for yourself. And standards here, time management is key. Somebody has come to you, me pay wardrobe. Ose mame 500 cedis, me timi yama in 3 days. Third day, do you fra phone room? You fra madam, no I can story or china. It's for you, tomorrow never comes. Is that the kind of precedence you want to set? Ya fra was patron me ba me do her 10 o'clock. Now nipa na as I cancel ni BB or 10 o'clock. No about one. Oba so unka sorry, unka hey. No be trying to throw some flimsy excuse. You have distorted the person's program for the day. Some of them would not even come. Or bet you for no amount story. What say me so for the whole day? And you think it is okay? Somebody would not say anything. My friend to the nyeshe be mami. But the next time the person would not call you. So set out what you want to do, your activities, your practices. Know that this is how you don't want to be treated that way. So why would you want to treat somebody that way? Ejuma na oye no oye nyina de bia oye no o sorry a wo kọ ejuma na wo dwen ho say eye mian no bi de ye mian ka meden. If you have that in your head, de bia I will keep you in check. Okay? Don't say that mama no man kwa o mian na metimi ayama nti me ko. And I'm time bia me pe bia me ka akoyama no. You don't do that. And whenever you render a service, whenever you do something for someone, you set targets for yourself. I want to do A, B, C, D this day. I want to do E, F, G, H this week. And so I would want to work to ensure. If you go to operations and then they are giving you what you have to do today, and then, wait me, I can say, I'm going to do 5, or say, okay, maybe 2. Because, you're one, because our boss. It doesn't work that way. If you work under someone, you should be able to know that you are moving in line with whoever you are working with. And you work on your own. You need extra discipline. Because what you do is what pays you. So extra discipline to be able to hold yourself accountable for whatever you are doing. If you want to delight your clients, if you want to ensure that the people call others for you, if you want people to refer your business, then you should know that whatever you are doing with the person is not a one-stop thing. It is a continuous activity. My business with you today doesn't end when you deliver whatever you have to do for me. It continues. And that is what matters most. So let's read these and ponder over them. It says, treat the customer as if you are the customer. How do you understand it? Or it's self-explanatory? It is. It's self-explanatory. So you treat them as you are the customer. And then the second one also. I want someone to read for me so that the person would always remember. Please, someone should read the second one for me. The man that's controlling my slides. Yeah, I see you smiling.
Customer may forget you said, but customers may forget what you said, but they will never forget you how you make them feel.
Okay. We understand this. We understand this. Okay. So, Ushani panani buefu. Ususu di koshiani bia. You don't do that. Please, who read it? Juliet. Are you Juliet? You look lost.
Please read my next one.
When you treat customers right, they come back and they tell others.
Is it true? Have we experienced that? And some of your top, we are stars. Me report to Eric, Mama. Me report to. They wouldn't have a movie report to. Right. So when you treat them right, they come back. They don't just come back, they tell others. It is very true. It is very, very true. How many times have you gone to sit somewhere and say, oh, come and do pay the needy? Who got now about 30 minutes will be in few. What do you usually say in such an instance? Is that not the case? So it's the same way. The last one is very dear to my heart when it comes to artisans. Who read it for me? Moses, please read it for me. Somebody else should also read this for me. In fact, all of you should just read. How often are we guilty on this? Why a promise be I won't deliver that? What the amount are so yeah, can't hear. And you see, wait, the thing is, when deliver, you should find a nice way of telling it. I didn't need a friend, my mom fan. And what they am, yes, I'm going to can't show me, I can't show me, can't show. Why do people do that? We you nyare we dey try me ntro obi timi ka akwa bi chair me o say okọ baby o say che ni motor say something. So why don't you just say it as it is? I really want to understand. Na me home for me. And when who time be as on one amount of time say yare so dey timi ka say it's missing 10 AC. And you know the interesting thing about it, they know very well when they are accepting the service. They say, but all the assurance in the world.
Sometimes people are afraid they are going to lose whatever you want to do them. You see, it's not like some of us will tell you that this thing I can do this, but somebody will take it. So sometimes there's not that thing also. There's the clients.
Okay.
Yes, they need to they are part of that. And so just as I said, somebody will say for me, I'll tell you that look, I can't do this.
Okay.
Even if it means you have to take your job, take it so that I have my peace of mind. But somebody will take it and not deliver. So all you know, the push is from the clients.
That I need it so much, so just something else I pay.
And then when we are telling you the truth, sometimes you don't want to. Just yesterday, I was supposed to go do something for someone, and then I told the person on Thursday that my team is not available. We won't come. She said, "Oh, we should come." And then she went ahead to send location. You understand? So she called. I didn't pick. And then about 2-3 hours, I called her back and told her that I couldn't pick your call because I don't know what I'll tell you. I told you the truth the previous day, but you were still insisting that whosoever is available should come. Because it's so sometimes it's you don't you can't look at my own bed.
How about the instance where one mama me assurance?
Oh yeah, and also there or sometimes something comes up. But what are you supposed to do? Friendly panel. Say, I mean, anything happens at like we get to be see. Now I can so we need to win back into the Ankebeya. You say now what friend in them send them so be now I hear. But you don't keep the person waiting.
Is that then I am?
And unless we ask the
Okay, sorry.
I also believe that sometimes we don't put ourselves in uncomfortable places, right? So like Moses said, it's maybe I mean a peace of mind, or I am not available at this time, and so I cannot do the job. Moses works in security, right? So if the person believes that at that point in time my security fence or my gate is not working and their security is compromised, then it means that they are less exposed, right? So would you rather obviously around up and so or customer no because I'm when you're one community, I'm not going to see too. So it's one of the things that I sincerely believe that artisans don't put themselves in the customer's shoes, right? A lot of the times it's about what works for them. It's not about, like Charles was saying, Masons need a break up site that oh yeah makes it 2 bags, 2 bags are yeah. Meanwhile, if they are the previous day, no, or say 1.5 bags, I can't half bag, no, about bare 4:30. When you start 30 minutes extra, next time, and you see when you push yourself or you put yourself in an uncomfortable position, the other person that you are working for, he sees the effort. If you are Moses meaning said Thursday, also like I want you don't have a team. But to the extent say put me push you on some 30 minutes back here with your fee is 1 cedi, but you know what, I'm giving you 2 cedis. That alone puts you in a place in the person's good books forever, just because you went above and beyond what you could do at the time. So I believe that a lot of us have to also put ourselves in an uncomfortable situation where we go above and beyond what is within our strength. That's what they call the little less stress. I thought that any man getting. Oh, and when you mommy Thursday and that one alone makes them comfortable, and you know what? Their jobs will keep coming back to you. Thank you.
And then also I'm thinking with Moses' issue, it's likely that I may not be able to do it myself. But is it okay to contact a colleague to come do it? Really? Why? Why? I want to know. Please, let's hear the why, then we'll come to you. So they'll take your business.
So some of them will just stick by a
They will go and mess up everything.
Okay. Yes.
Also, I wanted to make a point or ask a question. There's this thing with masons and okay, in general with artisans. Let's say I give you a job, right? I've given someone a job. The person is messing up, and I've sacked the person. And I call someone else to come and do it. They'll tell you that they don't want to do it because it's the instructions or that it's someone else's job. And every time when somebody tells me that, I struggle to understand it because I am the one who went for the job and I assign it to someone. The person is messing up and I want to change the person, but they will come because we have different people that we follow. Some may act the same because of the way they will act. I'll not give you the job, I'll give it to someone else. And there's an advice I want to give. I don't think it's something that you should always put in your mind that we be true or something like that. I feel like those are the things that also hinders your progress because you keep filling your mind with very unnecessary things, excuse me, and it's very frustrating sometimes because I need a lesson to do something for me immediately. The same thing here, because again I'm starting it, which is very odd, I think. I don't know, maybe Charles can answer that or they've had experience where somebody had been killed.
Like my first I had experience. We get a job, we have extra
about 3 points we have to see in the thing. So I told one of my colleagues who was trying to do business that this job, if we assist me on this thing, he was like, oh, I can make it. He scheduled the appointment and then the day was due. Then he gave me a call back. Charlie said, yeah, again, he had disappointed me.
Yeah.
He gave me assurance that he will be there. I also assured the client I will be there with my team. Because once you agree, you become part of my team. Whatever happens, we are supposed to execute the job. So now you have disappointed me, and I have disappointed the client. It might not be directly me, but my company is on the line. And the other one, the one who also went to go and execute the job, was like, you know, it's an attitude with big technicians and big artisans. He is always the best. Even if you are the best among the best, once he is there, he goes there. Oh, now we I don't know TV sign there, what I can 6 I know TV sign, they don't hear cry. Or we stick at 6 can't get around me. And the man called me and said, I know yes, I want to keep what I'm was capable of on the cat. And I went and said, Mommy, a human here who beside me till I there. So I have to go there with my machine. The previous videos of went down. And I had to tell you that now we are in a smart world. All our televisions are using data. Wherever you have to connect data cables to them to stream everything. So, Mommy, smart world, we will not buy. He was employed by me to execute the job. I am the main engineer behind it. So it is not about what he is doing. It is about what I am engineering. I can be the developer man. Start contracting the jobs. It's not like we don't want to do it. It's not like we don't want to do it, but even if we want to do it, we are in fear of losing our clients. Some of them putting our application to the risk. Because one way to do the job, you messed up the book and the client calls you back. You should refine all the money for the job. I had to go and see the Artisans Association to support me on that. They came in a little talk and then the client came to us. If we had to get us free, we didn't even take our leave. And when we went down, the one was like, who is with me? You might say, and I'll offer, sir, partner could be one. And at the end of the day, it's not like we don't want to employ them. We want to. And the problem is, the way they will go and mess up and destroy reputation is just to tell the client, when we pay to meet, can we schedule a new appointment or maybe another day? That one be I have to say what I have.
Clients are such a way that, you know, sometimes, frankly speaking, sometimes I move my car around 11:30, 12 a.m. to go to a client's house. But we hear not continuously, and then they want to, like, they see you at, sometimes you go and they know that you drove there. They know that you drove there. TNT crowd will not give it to you. It's one of the things that they keep doing. That is not why we are. I mean, sometimes, but you know, me personally, I want us to have that respect. You get it? You go to there are some clients, you go to them, hey, Moses, my fence is blowing alarm, or my security is this one and this. You go, at the end of the day, you are going, and then they just look at you, and then you go. You know very well that the technician or the artisan drove to that time of the night to your house. But they will just look at you like that, and then you go. Just because you've created that relationship with them. You understand? Then also, if it's fault and you call me, I'll know. But for a new installation, a new fresh installation, and then I tell you, say, oh, this day we are coming. Okay? And then something happened that we are not able to come, I'll tell you the truth. So I want to clarify the truth. Then to my senior man's last question, well, I'm not part of those who believe that we are a drawer and that's everything. I didn't collect your job. Someone called me to come and continue. But another difficulty thing is, let's take electrical installation for instance. If you are not the one who starts it, it will be very difficult for you to continue because you don't know how the person passed the cable. So people even go ahead in using one color to do their installation. It's very difficult. You have to sit down, take multimeter, read this. And sometimes you look at all those things now, then you say, this thing, I mean, I'm just going to worry my head. So why would I take it? So it's not always about, even though about 70%, I'm not being biased, but masons, stylers, like they believe that thing. Yes. Oh yeah, because there was a time I wanted to tile my shop, and then I looked for Tyler. My Tyler traveled to Eastern Region. I have to wait for him to come back. Anybody I go to, they say somebody died out of that. So they won't do this.
So usually we don't even know the person that died.
Yeah. But it's always yes. And then sometimes the client, and then the one giving the job. Maybe the one giving the job wants a cheap side. He has given it to someone and the person has charged him and the waiting side, he has taken the job. Maybe the client too, he's some way. When you go to their side to go and do their thing for them, and the way they behave, so like people don't want to go. So it's not always the juju thing, but sometimes you just look at one or two things and then you say, let me
Like, everything, before I come to you, how do you do with the Samui client?
Oh, let's say me, okay, so for instance, me, I always work, let's say, to build reputation. I don't always work for money. If you are some way client, I'll come to your place and show you that the way you think people are, that is not how everybody is. Oh, if I come to your place and are talking, you can ask my colleague here, we just be doing that. I can't remember one of the days a tipper truck came to tip a stand and broke somebody's electric pole. So, the cables were down. We're just trying to help the person. Ask him, the person's daughter, the way she insulted us from the beginning till we left there. At the end of the day, we didn't take any money from the person. No. You get it? Now, if she sees me, for instance, she's not able to look at, my eyeballs. So, some of us here, we come there, we won't tell you anything, we just do the thing and go. But some people today, they will deal with you. They will deal with you the right way and then they will move out.
Okay, so when Moses was talking, Moses said something along the lines of there are clients that don't treat you well when you go and attend to them. I believe that a lot of us, even if we are individuals, are running a business, right? So, in whatever circumstance, or regardless of your relationship with the person, give them an invoice, right? And you say that I'm giving you a 100% discount. That way, the person knows the true value of the work you have come to do for them. The next time, they will not call you when they do not have the funds. Because if I call you at midnight, say come and do something for me, right? And I charge you 150 cedis just for transportation. But I say, you know what, on the discount, I'm indicating that I'm giving you 100% discount. The next time you call me at 12 midnight, you know that it comes with a fee of 150 cedis. Yeah. That's one thing. Because you see, at the end of, you are not running a charity service, Moses. You move your car, see the way fuel the cost right now. You move your car to somewhere behind Dodowa at 12 midnight. Police will stop you, anything for the boys, anything for the women, And by the time you are leaving there, go with your invoice book. And for all of us here, we should have an invoice book, right? Go with your invoice book, write it. Fault rectification, 150 cedis. On your invoice book, indicate discount 100%. So, because of my relationship with you, I'm giving it to you for free. But the next time, when you call me, you know very well that I'll give you an invoice. And that day, you may not be lucky to have the 100% discount. That way, you don't have any issues with, we're calling a name, and or mommy, or casting fee, because you are running a business. And at the end of the day, you have to eat. You have a wife or a girlfriend or children to support.
What's the smiling and also maybe he has something to say?
No, I'm smiling because what he's saying, I have someone who I went to his place and said, so give them an invoice. I gave them an invoice.
That's not what I said that you set your objectives for yourself. Have clear standards. let your people know what you are about. Because if you believe in what you are rendering, let me know that this is what I am signing up for. Because if you come and do your things, madam, anything goes, anything goes. Me too, I'll do myself, anything goes.
What is it? Yes.
A lot of the time, I am very engineer, but for me dealing with a lot of artisans, or best friend, see, and then still no one friend there 12,000. Or Jessica, and it's not like or Jessica now or no say relationship, no. Or Jessica because what the kind you have to pay. But what's the area? Or better without a child boss. And you want to go on, and it is like that.
So you see, that is what some clients don't understand. That when you are calling them for your money, I'm a render service. You are supposed to pay me. Just like I said, I'm giving you a discount and all those things. Say you are going to send me. Okay, at the end of the day, it's somebody serious. Just see it. You say you are going to momo it. Okay. And then for 1 week now, you've not sent call him. You get it? When we are calling them to, that is where some of them tend to switch now.
Yes.
That is where some of them tend to switch.
You see, all these things we are talking about, it comes from somewhere. Let's see this Nintia, who friend or no. Now I can show before from. You getting it? Into my senior man at the Canada will be over. Until maybe some say, first of all, no, CCTV one FX him out. And then na CCR who can say me, I should be in charge. What happened to the first person who fixed the thing for you? Until I'll start doing, and definitely it's going to show in your attitude one day. The way you handle that person is going to come out. Sure. So this thing we are dealing with now, it's a bit dicey, but it's just that we need to manage this. It's not everybody who is like that. Just like we are thinking artisans are this, and then we also it's kind of some way. So we just have to manage it like that so that we all move on. I think with a customer who is not paying, you are even better off not working for that person. Yeah. Because it means that the person that doesn't even respect what you do. And if somebody is owing you, I don't think there's any harm in calling the person or dropping a text. You may not necessarily need to call the person 5 times in a day. You wait maybe some 2 days, you call, if he doesn't pick up, you follow up with a text. Because even with us, sometimes it's difficult getting our money from big companies. Like, you have no idea some big companies who are owing us, and you feel like, why are they? It's like, do you not want to pay? But we all know the economic conditions. Sometimes his mind is not coming on it. So you have to always remind the person. If you remind the person, immediately gets money, he knows that you have to pay Moses. Because when our business owes people, the way they are on us, and if you are on me, I cannot take offense because in the end, I'm owing you. You get what I mean? So, and it's more to do with fair, like Harry said. Sometimes it's a big person who should resolve a friend and say, oh, you know very well that 200 he can pay you. Just there be a fee. So just a text or something. Remind the person, or depending on the relationship, sometimes you can just give because we have a client who would owe us for very long periods, but we'll leave it. But the next time he calls us, gives you some big money that go and do this for you. Yeah. So in the end, you will also have to profile the customers and know who you have to give like some extra attention or some extra kind of leniency when it comes to them owing you. And then the last thing, I want to say something like it's just an advice to the artisans. Every time I tell them, especially the maces, they get a lot of money, but they do not know, or I don't know whether they do not know or they don't see it. Because when I look at other artisans who have been able to upgrade themselves and are doing very well, it's just because of their attitude and the way they manage themselves. And I don't want to mention it, but I know people here who've done this for years, but probably you don't have anything to show for the work that you've done. And it's not because you've not been paid or whatever. It's because whenever they get the money, they use it for. And it's something that I just want to say. And even with us as well, when you get the money, obviously you need to invest in yourself and whatever. But you need to put some down. Invest in your craft as well, because there's amazing only square, only share. It's not it shouldn't be possible that you've been working for 10 years and you don't even have any tool for yourself. Do you get what I mean? So please, and then the attitude, and especially the integrity. Because I feel like sometimes the artisans look at us or the clients like they're cash cow. The only thing that's on their mind is money. And I like what Moses said that he's working for reputation, not for money. Because in the end, Your reputation will give you more money than whatever that you are chasing, small money. Because somebody, you say somebody go and buy something for me, and then they'll add something to it. For me, I always tell them, I don't mind if you add 20, 30 cities, maybe I don't know. But somebody challenge something to I don't tell you it's 800. That shows that you are wicked. Like, I don't know, and you will never move on. And I always thought it shows in your life. Because that's 500 or 300 cities. Who can deal with it a day or two?
And most of the time, the people you are doing that to, they know.
They know. And you see, you hear the whole Mandele, or maybe they could and like it. And you think you are doing something, but in the end, it will affect you. Because you think you are killing your boss or your company, but in the end, no.
You are killing yourself.
So please, let's try to be honest. Because if you are honest and you are loyal, because there are a lot of people I know who people have taken them under their wing and they have become very successful just by being honest or being very true to whatever you say. You know what? So please, especially those who work with us, let's try to have the right attitude. You know, positive outlook on things, not be negative. There's a lot of bakery, a lot of things that are not necessary. Just focus on your work because you know exactly what you have planned for your life. Don't listen to people. Sometimes people allow themselves to be influenced by others. Focus on what you want to do, and you become because the people who are working for, I don't expect you to be at the same level you are if you are my staff and you get to a point and you want to set up your own business. I'll be happy because in the end I'll still use you. And also, last thing, all those who are here who offer certain services, we do most of the things that, so we'll take your numbers and then we'll add it to our list of vendors. If we have any jobs, we'll offer it to you. If the price is good, we'll use you. If the price is good, it doesn't mean, and that's what I always say, if I tell you, it doesn't mean that I want cheap. I want something cheap. Yeah. If I say the price, because me, usually if somebody comes to me and say, wait, the F, I'll never choose the F. The only thing I'll ask, say me, yeah, I bet you. And the reason we had an issue with some cables, some cable issue. Somebody went to do some work for someone, or we didn't do the work. We took over some work for someone, and then we did a top floor. And later he brought some engineer who came to check the wire cables. They were like, these cables are not good. They will last 25 years. I was like, how? So when we call a signal, right? Signal, yes. Yeah, but signal is not going to last for just 5 years. Signal is good. Yes. Honestly.
But the whole point is
whichever way it is, it's quality. But in the end, you also should know that there are different levels of income. You understand? So it depends on there are different grades of things as well. Now, if I have money, then you buy an iPhone. But you can also use the techno and it will be okay. Or you buy a BMW or you buy i10, all will move you. But then just explain to the person that if I buy this for you, this is what it will give you. If I buy this for you, this is what it will give you. And all of us, we are looking for affordable things, but it doesn't mean just do any shopping. Another thing too, if I tell you, oh, I need this done in 2 days, it doesn't mean that do it basa. I'm just saying that do it well, but do it to me quickly. Or do it for me quickly because sometimes the clients are on our necks. And it just means that you have to do the extra amount. Maybe you have to do overnight. Sometimes you go and then because I say, oh, Charlie, I was here by Tuesday. Then sharp, they do anything. But anyway, that's anyway, we appreciate everyone. And I think for us we shouldn't look at it like we are doing somebody a favor. It's a mutual relationship. It's what goes hand come. So if you do the work, you get what you deserve and you attract what you deserve.
And in any case, when you were being signed up, you signed a contract and knew what you were going in for. So why are you looking in somebody's spot? Whatever they are charging, you have signed a contract for it.
So you don't sit somewhere and say that almost at the office on more charges can be almost now No, you are there for a reason. You signed a contract to be there. So just do your part, and then in the end, you sell yourself. Okay, Mr. Charles, please, you wanted to say something.
But you won't be able to so I didn't know. because me my head more elegant home as I go to elegant home. Until me do the SC. Yeah, company elegant home or pushing the area, thought the idea or pushing the area or bank. Into all no other. Thought the idea no the area or I don't know before you almost are almost property future problem. Into the area you manage the NTSS and
I think I have a request. Maybe our next session should have career development something, because there's a lot you people can do and there's a lot you can make out of yourselves. But it all depends on the kind of relationship you have with who you are working with and who you are working for. And just before we started, as Moses mentioned, don't sell yourself short. Me who say because your other colleagues are doing office jobs and you are not doing an office job, you are not important. You are more important than whoever sits in the office. It all depends on how you want to do it. Exactly. Exactly. And then your finances bit, for especially those that charge by day, it is very, very important. Because we see money is such that if you see it every day, you don't respect money. But you have to, I know people, I am Mason, we're seeing a dying. I mean, they have deals they cut on the side. You don't need to have a lot of money to build. So as you are starting, you need to know where you want to end and how you want to get there. Don't just be the normal Mason now. On the chain or this can not be in my life, then you can do more than that. Please, any other? What are our pickup points from this session? I would want to hear from everyone. Our pickup points from this session. I'll start from Mr. Obadiah. What have you learned? What are you taking away? What are you going to practice?
Maybe apart from calls, I want to speak for him, but I don't
Okay. The capital for me nasty. What next share now? No, what it about something. Yes. And then put on the national power was the Australian degree. As a customer care, say Australian PA for me. Say, me and Casa President must be because we are here. Everything say, make your window. Say, you continue to man. Now, this is for me. I said, no, that's what I say. Ye do more with Kenya and Sam. Na anything man. It means for a call. By name, I did try na amami na dream. Let's say, yeah, airborne.
Gentleman at the back. Obiabe Kasanti.
So, and then you see no more very moon. Also, I'm sorry, I'm a Samoa. Your friend and I are heading a ground. Now, yeah, but so now, you want and so now I've seen, at least if you call me, if I cannot make it, I need to just tell you, I can't make it. But sometimes, maybe I'm living in Asua, and then the client is calling me at Madina. Looking at a distance, but they remember, if you know my friend, you used to say, I was like, I'm from the night, I said, I'm supporting to even calling you, it's a problem. So now I'll see if you call me, I'll just tell you, I can't make it, and then she's close over there. All right, thank you.
Yes, 9 by 9. Yes, sir.
I think it teaches me for having patience for it. Because if you're not having patience, if you go high than your customer,
Thank you.
learn how to communicate with customers. I think maybe if the customer is talking in a harsh manner, the way you have to be patient and listen to render your service and everything. That's what's up.
Thank you. Yeah. Who else is building us? I have one more kata. Yeah.
I want to thank Devpod for this program. I'm very young and picked up. I'm done with training. I've been in the business for some time. I've really been looking out for this kind of. I've always been asking myself, what do you do with your money afterwards? And when you go, what are you to do? Yeah, I've gone into other programs and then I've also learned that the customers' opinions are very good. Whether good or bad, I was all now we say so.
Okay, I've also learned about customer service. Though we do it bad. Me coming for customer service, me calling you every day, it's not my job. Maybe once in a while I call you, I ask of you. But calling you, asking you, do you have any work? As if I want your money to depend on what due to that, I let that customer say at least call you maybe twice in a week to check on you how far the business. Thank you.
Eric, what are you going to do? What will you do differently
for you? Okay, I've learned a lot concerning the customer service. Normally, sometimes we feel we are doing the client a favor, but today I've learned that it's not a favor, but rather it's hand-to-hand come because it's going to help both parties. That's what I've learned today. For you?
Yes,
Privilege to be here today. It's very important that I was able to bring it up. Thanks to Devpod Services for this training. There is not something that is usually done, but it was something successful to do. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've learned a lot. First, I've learned how to deal with the customer, how to control my anger when there is some people, when there is a customer that doesn't know how to talk. I have to learn how to deal with that person. And I've learned that as an artisan, I'm very young and way looking good at it. I have to invest whatever I'm being paid for. Even if I receive things in a month, I have to try and invest some of the things it is. And that as time goes on, when I'm in my patience, like in patience time, I will be able to help and give up for my kids and family. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Sasha, you have anything for us?
Oh. Maybe I remember Mr. Alekra said, my son who said you are Mr. Friend, Mr. Sylvia, our offer. Me now with everybody, sir. I'm the officer, bro. I'm the better one we are.
Now very different.
Now, why be your father, sir? And you are not. Me name say I wait here and father, sir. I can celebrate scanner. I can be back with 20. What does it? I can be back with 20 minutes. But it's my whole day. No matter you say any of me, head to my source, let's see scan. Me near me to be a shishwa, but to be a user. I'm a very free. We are Jimmy Scar. I'm a little bit more brown. I don't know. When you will, that's it.
I forgot your name, sir. By Mr. Chow. Yes. Please, what have you learned today?
Oh, they teach us about the personal finance and the customer service and the SNS. So often we handyman, we think that we have our daily bread and then we don't plan for retirement. Anything can happen any day, anytime. So that is our last stop. So we have to plan for our future.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your audience. I've learned a lot of things from you as well.
But all in all, look out for somebody you can trust in your line of work, whom you can refer. And even though the person is not giving out what you expect, you are doing it with a clean heart. So it means that whatever you do out of a clean and a good heart, it comes back to you.